Hej, witam was serdecznie. Ja jestem Kaftann, a wy oglądacie Memoranda. Jest to niewielka, niezależna gra przygodowa, która wygląda naprawdę przepięknie i przypomina mi takie tytuły z początku lat 2000 jak Broken Sword 2 czy wiele innych przygodówek point and click. Pomysł na granie jednoodcinkowca z niej przyjęliście naprawdę z entuzjazmem, dlatego uznałem, że w ramach tego odcinka będę dla was jedną kopię tej gry do wygrania. Standardowo więc, jeżeli chcielibyście ją wygrać, chciałbym, żebyście po obejrzeniu tego odcinka zostawili po sobie kciuka w górę i napisali w komentarzu, co się wam podoba w tej grze, co zachęca was do tego, by w nią zagrać. Zanim zaczniemy, chciałbym również ogłosić, że zwycięzcą konkursu na kopię polskiej gry 911 zostaje ten komentarz. Gratuluję, a zwycięzcę proszę, by skontaktował się ze mną przez YouTube'a. Oczywiście przez wysłanie wiadomości w zakładce informacje. W jutrzejszym odcinku, z kolei z dodatku do Resident Evil 7, ogłoszę zwycięzców konkursu na Western Reloaded. Tymczasem, bez zbędnego gadania, zobaczmy, co Memoranda ma do zaoferowania.
My friend took this picture on the day I told my husband about getting tired of our boring life. We argued so much that we've been separated since then. Whatever I did, our picnics always ended with my mother in a grumpy mood. That's why I usually made plans with my father instead. Everyone at high school was so jealous when they saw this photo. You had to have been very lucky to get to see the famous elephant. Going together with the most popular girl in school didn't help either. Dear Moriko, why did you do that? You were so pretty and smart. My eyelids are getting heavy. I hope he lets me sleep tonight. I miss sleeping. Do you see that white thing to the right of the open pit? That thing that looks like a dinosaur fossil. When I was a kid, my dad used to bring me here for some fresh air. The first time we were here, he showed me the white patch of sand and said it used to be a baby dinosaur running from the humans. But it must have been dark, so the baby dinosaur falls into the pit and starves to death. The story made me more scared of the humans on the other side of the pit than of dinosaurs. Maybe that was my dad's intent. He used to say that in those mills and houses on the other side of the pit live humans who turn into animals at night and come and steal things from us. I wish it were those stories that I couldn't remember. Although people on the other side of the pit had left years ago, I never found out who actually lived there. I wish you were here, Dad. We could go to the other side and have a closer look.
Ciekawe, nie? Fascynujące.
Hey, looks like you're falling asleep. Open your eyes. This is only the 17th day of no sleeping.
Could you turn your face away? Those terrifying red eyes. Why don't you leave me alone? How long are you going to torture me?
I want to leave you alone, but I can't. Since long ago when I was a young captain, I couldn't be awake while sailors were asleep. Come on, get up, get out of bed. Don't you have a few days off from work? Go play a little at least.
Przedziwne, naprawdę. Ten początek miałem już okazję oglądać i szczerze powiedziawszy nie mam pojęcia, co o tym myśleć. Jest to nadzwyczaj dziwne, intrygujące, ale bardzo dziwne. Ale podoba mi się voice acting. Postać jest naprawdę fajnie udźwiękowiona. Memoranda, inspired by Haruki Murakami's short stories. Fajnie. How to play. A akurat wiem.
Lately, whenever I lay down, I see a horrifying old man with red eyes by my bed. I prefer not to sleep, so I won't see that creep. These days, they call it sticky notes. I prefer to call them memoranda.
Memoranda. Fajnie.
Good thing I have a photo of most of my friends. Otherwise, I would forget their faces, thanks to my memory problems. I have pinned my friend's wedding picture over my bed so that when I open my eyes every day, I remember that there are still people with happy lives.
Ładne.
Good thing I have a photo.
Okej. Chicken key holders.
When I was a kid, every time I wanted to go to a classmate's birthday, I would bring one of these.
Urocze.
The last time I tried to open the door, I couldn't remember what code I had chosen. I don't feel like thinking about this right now. Maybe sometime later.
Czapki. Nie mogli założyć, a są super. Cześć kot.
Hi, Miso. Nice to see you come and not making noise. Don't worry. Erica will return in a few days and we'll take you back home. Sorry I couldn't spend enough time with you.
Kot patrzy w tym kierunku, ma totalnie wywalone. Sok.
I know a laptop doesn't fit well in this game, so I'm not gonna waste my time.
Dzień dobry, mapo.
I feel safer with the map.
Ja też. My home. Tanki Square. Chad. 3. piętro. Dzień doberek.
Come to me, my dear kidney stone.
Nie rozumiem tego. W sensie, o to będzie zabawne. Zaraz zobaczycie czemu. 4. piętro.
Why did Jack close up this place for good? What's even more odd is that none of us ever tried to find out why.
No cóż.
I remember the last movie shown here was The Wood Elves Battle. When I was a child, this Mr. Juggalo was my favorite actor in fantasy movies.
Okej, to schodzimy.
Hello? Please don't hang up. Could you tell me where you disappeared to? What? None of my business. What do you mean you'll come back in a while? You didn't think I'd find you, huh? Well, I found your phone number on one of your spaghetti boxes. You'd written it down on the corner and thrown it in the trash. Ever since the elephant vanished, so did you. Are you in some sort of trouble? What? You don't know what I'm talking about? Frankly, I don't trust you anymore. Who trusts a man who prefers his tasteless spaghetti to my pancakes? Don't hang up. Hold on. Hello? Hello? Damn it.
Ależ spaghetti jest super, tylko naleśniki trzeba dobrze zrobić, jak moja kobieta na przykład. Hi.
Hi, little girl. What's your name? I don't think I've ever seen you around here.
Aha. No to Lobby. What the hell is this? Ciekawe.
He must have a hidden clue somewhere in the building.
A, okej, to są wskazówki odnośnie tego, jak rozwiązać tę zagadkę.
I think he put up a poster somewhere. I should probably find some sort of numbers on the poster.
No dobra. Czyli co, muszę znaleźć plakat? Dobra, do zrobienia. Newspaper.
If you're new, you may try and read this to get the news. Little would you know, this newspaper has been here for weeks.
Aha. Elevator. Fan.
Jack drinks so much coffee and tea that he has to keep the fan on all the time. Jack is always proud that his son, Arash, followed a path that he was not able to follow. He went to a different continent a few years ago and is working on his second movie now.
No proszę.
I totally remember the day Jack put up this poster. I even bought the text myself.
On seeing the 100% perfect girl, one beautiful April. 101.4. Nie? O, girl, 1 April. 101.4. I zaraz ogarniemy.
Hey, Jack. Oh, I'm sure he's going to make a remark about my name.
Welcome back. Any news from your name? Or is it still playing hide and seek?
What did I just tell you? Looks like it's now right where it belongs. But I have to remind you, it is a secret. I don't want the neighbors to hear about it.
Sure. No secret leaves this house, especially one about the quietest resident we've ever had here.
Well, I guess that's true. For the last 6 months, I'm the only person who's entered my flat. By the way, I've been meaning to ask you something. I just remembered as I saw the closed doors of the movie theater.
What is it? I hope you're not adding something new to my responsibilities.
Why did you stop the weekly film screenings there?
Because we couldn't get the money to buy a new player. Also, the neighbors aren't very sociable. It's hard to get them all together at the same time.
I remember you had a collection of the best 35mm films. Let's set it up again. I love old technology.
A friend of mine borrowed them and never gave them back. It ruined our friendship.
Why don't you go to his house and ask for your films?
I'm over it now. No time for old films. But if you want them so much, why don't you go yourself? Take this road straight up until you get to the square. His house is one of the first houses. It's got a blue door and there's a large sign hanging on its wall.
Okej. Jack's friend's house.
By the way,
What is it? Hey,
Okej. Ło-
hey,
Okej. O tym gadaliśmy.
everything in this flat smells old. This clock is always behind, and the calendar on the table is from 6 years ago. I totally remember the day
Okej. Jakoś mogę to... nie mogę. 101 April. Czy to jest rozwiązanie? O kurde, to jest rozwiązanie.
Oh, I had no idea he was so successful. He has a gig at such a popular venue.
Quarter for sine, triangle, square and sawtooth. Duet for sines and sawtooth, solo for noise. Okej. No dobra. To spróbujmy z... O właśnie, a propos. Haha.
Hey, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to stay in the inventory? Stay still.
A w inwentory jest. No i co?
No living soul can move as much as these kidney stones.
Tu i tu.
Kardash has to make up a new system every time.
Dobra. Czy to jest system pukania? No to go znamy de facto, nie? Czy nie? Triangle. Don't make noise.
Kardash Art Connoisseur Identifier System invites you to come in.
Aha, czyli 421 to wszystko? Okej.
When we were in college, there was always a pizza box with a few dried out slices in my artist friend's apartments.
Dobra.
So much junk and no good vinyl to take for myself.
To chyba tyle. Czółko Kardasz.
I wish I could understand electronic music and could buy one of these pretty devices. Did you know the stuff you've installed at your door is hard to figure out?
That's why I have a special welcoming message taped. Well, anything I can do for you.
Nothing especially. I just want to see what you look like now since I last saw you. Safe to say you're still deep into your electronics.
You did all that work just to see my face. Don't you want to see one of my greatest inventions?
What is it? It looks pretty finished. All the screws are in.
Yes, it's nearly done. I just need to add 4 frequencies to bring this metal creature to life.
And then what will it do?
I've named it the Nature DTMF machine. It can receive a series of frequencies, encode them and... forget it. It's of no use to you. It has no use for me. I just want to make it and put it in the corner.
Well, I have no idea what it does, but I'll take it off your hands.
It won't be done until I find the 4 frequencies. I'm tired of staring at the design sheet.
Okej. Stop, ja muszę stąd wyjść, bo tu nic nie słyszę, okej. Again, quarter... A. Czyli po prostu to jest rozwiązanie, okej. Okej. Czyli tyle. A jak kombin... Dobra, nieważne. Check promise to reopen the screen room from bring over blah. I am free a few days. Frequencies, okej. To wychodzimy. Czółko pies.
If my name is scared of dogs like I am, it wouldn't have escaped that way. Hi, Marta. Are you still looking for your cat?
I can't take this anymore. How can a cat go straight up a tree and never come down?
He must have come down when you weren't looking.
No way. I waited under that tree for hours. I was dizzy for days. I looked up at it so long.
A cat can disappear in a blink of an eye, especially male cats who forget their owners this time of year. But he'll be back.
My cat wasn't like that. He'd never go more than 100 yards from here. Also, how would he get out with that dog guarding the end of the alley?
I walk these streets a lot. If I see him, I'll bring him back.
That would be so kind of you. I hope you find your name soon, too. I have heard a lot about your ordeal.
Yeah, thanks. No one was supposed to know about my problem. I know who's been talking.
Jack. Jack? Popieprzymy Jacka? Czy nie?
By the way, I've been...
Hey,
Aha, nie, jednak nie Jack. To kto gadał? Kto gadał? Town Square Bakery, hello. What the...
Was I falling asleep? No. Just my eyes going blurry. Perhaps I will have to drag myself like a semi-conscious corpse through life forever. And forget the joy of sleeping. I wish I could collapse right here and no one would bother me for a few days. What if I've fallen and hit my head once and lost a part of my memory? Then why do I not forget other things? If someone asked my name right now, I might confuse everything.
Miss Mizuki? Miss Mizuki? Hello? Miss Mizuki, can you hear me?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking to someone else.
Well, let's get back on topic. Can you tell me to whom Wagner wrote of his fascination with Schopenhauer and Tristan?
Franz Liszt.
Huh, impressive. Now tell me, Wagner's wife wrote that he remained unsatisfied with which opera?
Tannhäuser?
Huh, how did you know?
Pączek.
I hope a little sugar won't affect my brain.
A ja wiem, że mam teraz po pierwsze kot.
All that these cats see from up on the roof.
Nie mogę go stąd wziąć, okej. Mogę pójść... Gdzie mogę pójść? Tam mogę pójść. Ale wracam, dlatego że mam pączka i wiem, że mogę z nim coś zrobić. Mianowicie... Mogę... nakarmić ciebie, Franco. Niewdzięczna. Żryj!
Don't want to talk to me? Don't be scared. I live in this building.
I can't talk to you because you don't have children.
O, ale to było parszywe.
Would you like a donut from Mr. Donut?
I love those donuts. Don't tell my mom I had one.
I won't. Don't worry.
Tłusty czwartek. Dzisiaj. Ty to nagrywam.
Are you looking for Mr. Spaghetti too?
Mr. Who? Has someone disappeared again?
Didn't you hear his wife shouting on the phone? He was the only neighbor without children, but I was friends with him because he liked animals. And whenever he made spaghetti, he would bring me some.
I did hear his wife, but thought it was just a domestic quarrel. Sounds like an interesting man. Do you miss him?
Of course I miss him. How are you living in this building and still didn't realize Mr. Spaghetti ran off?
Honestly, I don't know. I haven't been paying a lot of attention.
Uh-huh. Well, if he comes back, could you give him this film canister? We're moving out.
Sure. By the way, I should bring you some homemade donuts. Then you'll have two grown-up friends, Mr. Spaghetti and Miss Donut.
Dobra. I to chyba na tyle w tym odcinku, moi drodzy. Jeszcze jedno chcę wam pokazać, o czym wiem, mianowicie Lexington Street. Skinął słoń.
If it wasn't for this elephant that vanished one night from the zoo without a trace, maybe our town's name would have never gotten into the newspapers.
I tu jest wszystko, no takie drobiazgi fajne, wiecie. Po prostu możemy przeszukać to wszystko i będzie naprawdę ubaw. Jest to naprawdę cudowna giera i nawet po screenach na Steamie można zobaczyć, że wygląda naprawdę uroczo i jest coraz więcej fajnych lokacji. Zastanawiam się, czy kiedyś nie powinienem zacząć grać w takie przygodówki, które będą wychodzić, bo wiele z nich naprawdę może być super ciekawych, a warto by było po prostu ich nie omijać, warto było je przedstawiać na kanale, zwłaszcza kiedy na przykład teraz nie ma premier. Jedyny ból tego jest taki, że nie ma polskiej wersji, więc automatycznie wielu widzów będzie po prostu, no wiadomo, młodsi widzowie może nie ogarniają na tyle angielskiego. Wiem, że może to po prostu utrudnić odbiór. Ja nie mam z tym problemu, ale jeżeli ktoś będzie miał, to nie będzie się tak dobrze bawił, jak powinien, więc będziemy może selektywnie dobierać te gry. Zastanowię się. Chcielibyście zobaczyć przygodówki? Dajcie znać poniżej. Tymczasem ode mnie to tyle. Pamiętajcie, moi drodzy, że jest kopia do wygrania, także będę wdzięczny za kciuka w górę, jeżeli napiszecie, czy chcielibyście zagrać w tę grę i co wam się nie podoba. Tymczasem słyszymy się jutro w kolejnym odcinku, tym razem z dodatku do Resident Evil 7. Trzymajcie ciepło i do miłego usłyszenia.